Welcome everyone to the fresh new campaign, Adventurers of Moon. Unfortunately, Adventures of Mars now discontinued. We're no longer playing that campaign because all the players quit suddenly. I introduce you now the new cast of players: Erazem, Duck, Korinne, and Dim. All right. Let me just get to the intro of this train wreck. All right. Your feet plant on soft white sand. The sound of waves rocking back and forth as they hit a far-off shore, not within sight. The dark skies are filled with stars and an ominous blue sphere in the sky. None like the presence of the moon overhead, but this was not a familiar sphere. The periphery of your vision fades to darkness as a lone figure, something humanoid in stature, but not in flesh, was visible in the distance. It slunk towards you like a puppet with free-jointed limbs. Its body was like smoke that formed underwater, yet loosely maintains its shape. Its mouth opens up as if it's a bubble bursting within a mountain of tar. Hey there, Jack. Nice to see you pick up the phone. The entire universe rings and you answer. Always reliable. If you're wondering who I am, I'm John. No family name. I'm all John. Like John Johnson, Johnsonson, John Sonsonson. All the way to the end of the line. What am I? John. The most immortal John in existence. First and last. God. John God. You see, Jack. Go on.
I think there's a certain group of wizards who'd want you dead, but I'm not supposed to know about that.
See, Jack, you're probably wondering, if a god summoned me, what the hell did I do? Right, Jack? See, I wanted to invite you fine, magical souls on a little treasure hunt. That's what adventurers do, is it not? All you got to do is open a little box for me, and all the treasures within are yours. Nice, simple, and fun, ain't it?
That box better not contain a spring-loaded pie.
Wouldn't that be a treasure, though? Any responses in the character of your characters to this strange entity that appeared before you, seemingly in Land of Dreams?
I believe the correct answer is what the fuck.
Scoggin is still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yes, because for some reason, two familiar faces appear among you, and one strange Roman-looking fellow is also in your presence. The one that introduced himself as John says, "Now, Jack, don't look too excited now. I see you're ready to get started on a little treasure hunt, right?" Now all you gotta do is remember, do what I asked. High tide is going away now. See you on the other side. As he says this, the sound of rolling waves comes closer. And then far above you, you hear a large loud grating sound like metal scraping against something hard like a rock or maybe even another metal object. And then the sky is filled with light, like a massive fireball had burst overhead. And then you hear the sound of rushing water as the fireball closes in on you. You wake up, your feet no longer on white sand, but knee deep in a puddle on metal, uneven ground. You're in a deep, dark place within the bowels of a screeching monster as it appears to just be slowly moving underneath you. A voice echoes within your head that seems to be coming from... well, it seems to be the familiar voice of this person that introduced themselves as John. Seems like our little trap did the trick. These people, they like to hide their treasures inside boxes. And these boxes hold other boxes. You just gotta find the right one. Toodles, Jack. Toodles. Korinne, your character's a dwarf. So you have dark vision, so you can clearly see where you are. The room is slightly slanted to the right, or to your right. And off to that side is a half-submerged set of stairs leading up to more drier territory in what seems to be an entirely metal-looking room.
Can I hit something with my pick?
I mean, you have your other human beings around you, and you have metal walls. Yeah.
I want to tap on it. I want to divine the structure that I am in.
Right.
While the
Glean
dwarf,
some knowledge.
yeah, while the dwarf does that, Caster takes an Eon torch out of his pocket and puts it up.
Okay, and he's able to light it.
It's still. I think this means that it's just a light source that's like a torch.
Oh, it's an ever-burning torch?
This is the text of the item.
Where are you posting it?
In the text.
Oh, it's an ion stone. Okay. So you pull the little rock out of your pocket and it starts orbiting around you, producing light. You hear first, while you're rummaging around your pocket, the sound of a metal pick hitting metal, resounding against hollow walls of steel. You see then that the dwarf that was in your presence started smacking away at a partially submerged wall.
Yeah, I'm not trying to break it. I'm just trying to sound on it. See where the sound goes. Is this hollow? Is it solid? How thick is it? What am I in?
You want to roll appraisal for that?
I assume
Well,
the rest
the
of us
others-
should roll a fortitude saves because we're apparently is surrounded by metal and this man is hitting it.
I would think it would be like a knowledge engineering or a survival check, if anything.
I don't know.
Skagen will also pull out a torch from her handy haversack.
Okay.
Roll for duck.
No, she
No,
has
got
her
the
curse
curse
cured.
Oh.
Roll for duck just.
Yeah, they roll for duck anyway. Yeah, that didn't happen in this universe.
Why
Jack
do you think
brought the
you're
duck
out of this
back.
universe?
Now hold on. If we pull out a duck, that can lead us out of here.
Yeah, maybe the duck can find a way out. Ducks are known for their navigational prowess.
As you discuss things in this room, the floor begins to sink lower underwater.
Not good.
No, this is not good for the metal-clad dwarf. Unless dwarves in this universe don't have to breathe.
Which
Well,
is
we'll
why
soon test
sounding
that
out the
assumption if we don't
walls
get
of
out of
your
here.
walls of a room while you see a stairway is probably not the best idea.
What?
Well,
the-
What
Time to
is
start
the
climbing.
this nature of this boxed environment?
Well, I mean, it could be like somewhere deep underground with a room that is lined with metal but has stone behind it, and it's going to sound different than something that is just a metal box. Now, knowing that it's a metal box, I can try to find a way out of the metal box.
Might
So,
I recommend up the stairs?
Castor approaches the dwarf and asks, would you perchance know if there are any weaknesses in these metal walls?
I don't know, would I?
Knowledge or not knowledge, appraisal. It is the most relevant thing you can roll right now, unless you have knowledge engineering. Nope.
I actually do have knowledge engineering.
See, Caster is more knowledgeable about engineering than you. What was the query you're putting to someone that's your engineering inferior?
Anyway, I'm looking for any weak spots that I could hammer through.
Do
Essentially.
the stairs lead up?
The stairs do lead upwards, yes.
And I mean up as in up from gravity, not up the wall kind of thing. I'm assuming we're,
As in a general upwards direction, away from southwards or downwards.
Varian again for the third time points to the stairs and says this way.
And of course, yes, Skagen does indeed mount the
Yeah.
stairs with their torch leading the way while the dwarf ponders the nature of walls.
Forgive me for trying to understand my situation and my plight. I will proceed to climb the stairs.
And Caster, you can recognize that if there's water on one side of the wall, there's going to be pressure from water on the other side of the wall, meaning that that's probably going to be the weaker of the points, being the wet wall over a dry wall. But you know that's not a structurally proper thing to do when you're when the room that you're contained in is currently partially submerged.
I will
Correct,
I will
Doc.
finally turn around and see the stairs. Oh, there's stairs. Well, what are we waiting for?
A written
Up the stairs we
invitation.
go.
All right. You climb up the set of stairs. Up there, you're in a similarly stationed metal room, but narrower. The floor is a grated metal material. It's not an entirely solid piece of flooring.
Are there more stairs? Can we go up more?
The hallway splits into a corner. One way leads off into a part that looks into a deep abyss of water, which would be, let's just say, compass south for the meantime. And down in that direction, you see some black growth on the wall. And next to that growth is a dead humanoid figure wearing some black uniform and has a strange implement on the ground next to him. And that looks like an incomplete crossbow. It's merely a piece of black something.
What's the other way?
And the other way, rounding the corner, you can see a bit ahead of you is more hallway with diverging rooms on the left and right at regular intervals, but much farther down you see a wider opening and the beginning of a stairwell.
Well, I guess more stairs. I'm assuming we're still sinking.
Scoggins going to go over and examine the body and the unfinished crossbow lying on the ground.
Okay.
You do that. I'm going up. Dwarf no like water.
All right. As for the body, there's a symbol on what seems to be this soldier's uniform. Some heraldry that you are unfamiliar with. It is white in color, and it seems to be in the shape of a winged lion. As for the crossbow, you don't know what the function of the object is, but it has a shape like this. There you go. You got that?
Yeah. Scoggin will pick up the unfinished crossbow and put it into her handy haversack for the time being.
Okay. From the growth on the wall, you see a that is close by to the body. You see a tentacle begin to sprout from it, like it's like the boil is giving birth to some tentacled being. But for now, it seems to stop at just one thrashing tentacle that it doesn't seem to be grabbing for anyone in particular nearby.
Scoggin will pull the body away from the black growth fungus stuff.
Okay.
Is the body dead or just unconscious?
Well, it's unmoving. And water is closing in. Do you want to examine the body more?
Well,
No, if the water is rising that fast, then she'll just follow the stairs upwards again with the rest of the people.
Okay.
Just a quick check to see if it's breathing.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I attempt to cast Cure at it.
Okay. You cast Cure?
Does it get up?
No.
God damn. 41 health and it's still dead. Oh, time to go.
Well, it doesn't immediately get up from Cure, you know that? You can still be unconscious with max health.
Well, I don't know if I can actually carry this. Is there anyone else left down here to help me?
Well, Skagen will help if you are trying to carry it out of there.
Do you want to carry this man out? Because Castor is quite a buff guy with 20 strength, so...
Yes. I would appreciate the help because we don't know where we are, but this man clearly does.
Yeah, Castor just lifts the guy and carries him up the stairs.
Okay. So you
How,
follow...
how heavy is the guy, by the way?
Well, as a human of 5'7", the guy is the average of what, 150? 160 maybe?
Yeah, I can still carry that, yeah.
Alright, following the dwarf up the stairs, you come to a landing, a point of the ship that seems to be once more like your original place, sloped to the right, where you can hear the tides hitting the sides of the hull. From here, you can recognize that this is not some castle or monster, but you're on the deck of a ship now. Abound you are, all around you are great walls of many colored long boxes made of metal. The only uncolored portions of these boxes are bare steel of bars in the front of them, or chains that crisscross around their forms. You hear shouting much further ahead beyond the walls of boxes that you can't quite comprehend, but it's possibly sailors trying to deal with the current predicament.
That predicament being that their ship is currently stuck in a hentai.
You know, things happen. There is the way left and right, but either way, you're going to have to get around or try opening these large metal crates. And to left, though, is much higher ground away from the side of the ship that is now leaving or going under water.
So, Korinne, do you have a good Sunder
Ooh.
attack?
Ooh, I have a good thunder attack.
I have an attack that disintegrates things.
Oh, that's perfect. We can just walk through the boxes, right?
I mean, eventually, yes.
How much time do you need to cast something to create a door for us to go through?
I can't really make a door. I can just make it crumble into worthlessness, essentially. So I mean,
Yeah, but
it'll still fall apart.
I don't think that spell works on things that are larger than some. I think it's weight limit. So if you want to go through that shit, caster just takes out a hammer and starts whacking at it.
Up to 10 pounds per caster
10
level.
pounds per caster level.
These crates are way more than 10 pounds.
Damn, we accidentally went wrong. There's more to it. If you can do it on a part of a wall or something, it says in there about that.
You cannot target a section of a larger object.
Yeah.
It says that explicitly.
Oh, okay. It can be attached to target to... Used to target attached to other objects, yes.
You could use that to break the chains holding the crates closed.
Probably a better idea than bashing them in.
I mean, I can still break the lock.
I think we'll need to bash our way out of the crate because they're not locked from the inside.
Perhaps we should seek out those voices that we heard. Scoggin suggests that.
Yeah, but John told us to look through the crates, though.
Did he even tell us what we're looking for?
No.
A nice little treasure box, perhaps.
Whatever it is, God, I'm not gonna argue with him.
Caster pulls out his warhammer and starts smacking at the crate.
Okay, roll your damage.
So this is the hammer damage plus the thunderous blow with 15.
Do you pierce through hardness?
I don't think so.
Then you do nothing to this.
It's too hard, Jesus.
I was gonna say it's not Chinese steel, but then I'd be lying. It is steel.
Korinne, just disintegrate the chains. Disintegrate whatever's locking the boxes. We gotta get through them to get to the people.
I mean, how strong is this thing?
I mean, if you look at the image, you don't need to go through the boxes to get to the other side of the boxes. It's not like the boxes are just from side to side, all boxes. Like there's walkways.
Scoggin's going to start dragging the person that we found away from the sinking side of the ship.
Okay. All right, so Scoggin over the roars of rushing waters at levels far below you. You hear something off into the... No, let's have your perception for this. Might as well have you guys roll skills during this narrative. Alright, Scoggin, what you hear is off into the distance. Something akin to a great bird flapping its wings in rapid succession. And looking off into that direction while everyone else is distracted with trying to smack open the doors to a crate. You see pillars of light in the sky. The lights originate from a small bead off in the distance and seem to be gazing down at the waters below.
Can Scoggin tell which direction the voices that we heard shouting are coming from?
Let's see. If the stairway they exited from is the south, and the way upwards, the slope upwards is to the west. The voices would be to the north.
All right, she's gonna start dragging the person towards the voices then.
Well, directly to north is you'd have to continue further to the other end of the railing of the ship. So,
Okay. She'll do her best to make her way towards the voices, weaving through the crates as best she can.
okay. And while Skogman's doing that, how's everyone else? And do you want to continue just smacking into one crate?
Well, we don't appear to have an easy way to open these unless Korinne's magic can actually break through them.
Yeah, she can break the chains and cast it and try again.
I take it it's nighttime since you said that.
Yes, it is nighttime.
Okay. Is it like raining or anything, or is it?
We're on a
No,
sinking
there
ship. I don't
doesn't
think
seem
we'd
to
be
be any
able to
weather.
tell.
You have stars overhead and a very small amount of light from a moon they've just now witnessed.
Okay.
As well as that thing that's off into the distance.
Is there anything other than the crates around us? Perhaps a lifeboat of some variety?
Around your characters, no. Lifeboats would be on either side of the ship, and you guys are in the center. Trying to whack away.
Would
at some
lifeboats
crates.
exist in Would lifeboats exist where Varian was from? Would he have a concept of a lifeboat?
Do you have profession sailor?
No.
Then no.
I do have most of the knowledges though, so.
Where was your character from?
He was from around Freeport, the coast in particular. He was attacked by pirates and all that.
Then he's familiar with the concept of a rowboat, yeah.
But he would not be. The idea of tying a smaller boat to a bigger boat in case the boat sinks would not be.
Well,
Something
he's
knows.
definitely seen a rowboat on a ship before, so he can be familiar with that.
I'm just looking for a reason for him to go searching for lifeboats, and I don't think there is any, so he'll probably just follow Skagen.
Why are you looking for a lifeboat when there's treasure to be found?
Well, because not dying is better than treasure. Do you know how much treasure you have to pay to get resurrected?
Do you know how much treasure you need to get resurrected from a different plane of existence?
Certainly more than there is in that container.
Well, certainly more than you have on your person at this time. Or will ever find.
Oh no, I think I know what he's having a search for. The ultimate treasure. This is an Nvidia boat, isn't it?
No, it's not a 380 graphics card.
Well, unless Castor and Sid want to try breaking open a crate again, I'm following Skagen. Helping him.
Yeah,
out with
the metal seems very resistant to my attempts to break it, so
And in any case, we'll know what's
Leave
in the
that.
crates if we just ask the people.
yeah.
Yes, just ask people. That'll definitely work. All right, as the rest of the party, after smacking a crate once, begins to follow Skagan where she's reached relative safety. You pass by well, you're passing by crates anyway, but a crate in particular, you hear a loud banging noise coming from the insides of. There's a crate holding some creature, and that creature seems to want to escape.
Skagen points it out to Sid and Castor, says, "Hey, check this one. There's banging coming from it." But she herself doesn't really. Well, I guess she could try.
She's around the
locks,
corner. She doesn't need to.
At the moment, she's her chaotic nature has decided that trying to save the life of this person is
Paramount.
what she's fixated on at the moment.
Can I try smashing the ever-loving shit out of it first?
Varian is wary of these crates, so he casts Revitalize on his party.
Alright, and do you want to smash one of the crates, Korinne?
Oh, the lock on the whatever appears to be a lock. I'm assuming we have wherewithal to recognize a lock when we see one.
You gonna roll damage for that, or you have a spell that? Well, yeah, you can probably target the lock with your Shatter Earth.
I could do that, or I was thinking I could just like a strength check on it with my weapon or something, just bash the shit out of it.
It'll be significantly worse than the result of your spell.
Fine, I'll use the spell.
Skimping on spell points.
Alright, the metal shatters as it was made out of cheap Western goods from across the seas. And from within said crate, there are dents now being made in the door. Though from the outside of the crate, now given some time to examine it and not just smack at it like a barbarian, you notice that there are the metal bars there have handles attached to them. And that these handles look like they can be moved with human hands.
Such a shame Sid isn't human.
Too short to open door.
Castor will open the latch.
Alright, the door opens as a surprise to the creature within and to Castor himself. What he sees is a incredibly large, hairy beast with a hulking figure. It is colored in a large supply of matted white fur, but its face barren of fur then growls and following that roars at the party. Let me get a d20 check for that. +4. Yeah, so this great figure demoralizes Castor. So Castor is shaken for the moment. reaction to this abominable figure just roaring at your character's face?
Do we get a surprise round? Do we get a surprise round?
Did any of you prepare to kill something when you opened this crate?
Well,
I
Or
mean,
were you
I
just
I-
interested
I-
in
I-
opening the crates?
Varian was wary enough to cast Revitalize on everyone. I know there's something bad in that crate.
Castor still has a hammer in his hand, so
I'm always ready to kill Skagen.
What did Skagen do to your character?
Being an elf.
Yeah, I guess that's enough.
You never know. Always be prepared is the motto.
All right.
In
So,
any case, can we just close the door again?
yes. Do an opposed strength check, please.
Yeah, put that Yeti back.
I can't. I'm not good enough.
Put that Yeti back in its bottle.
Well, if we don't put it back now, we're never putting it back.
I mean, it was coming out anyway if it was denting the metal.
True, but by the time it actually dented the metal enough, the other crates on top of it may have collapsed on it, right?
Or you guys may have been outside of grab distance, which you've talked long enough to delay this happening. Oh,
Can I use my raise or lower earth?
We're on metal, aren't we?
Yeah, you're
Well,
on metal.
Where does metal comes from earth?
Geomancy works on rock and dirt, not metal.
Just shatter metal below. Wait, you can't target sections. God damn it!
I mean, it does just say ground. And, metal is conductive, so it is a ground.
what, initiative roll?
I don't want to roll initiative, but you're forcing me to. Well, he already made an attack, so let's do initiative. Like, okay, the party goes first, then this creature goes after. You speak fucking Aklo? Nothing speaks fucking Aklo. What the hell? All right, you gotta fight this creature now.
Well, it scared the shit out of me, which means I just whack it.
Doesn't beat the AC.
Damn.
All right, who wants to go next? Sid?
Sure, I will, I will whack it and say, get the fuck back in your box.
Okay.
Sit down.
You met the AC and you do 6 damage.
Bad dog, sit.
Just push it back into the box.
But your
so I
attack
can
does
close
not
the box.
exceed its CMD. So it's not pushed back.
God
Still falls
damn.
down.
Does it?
Well, it's automatic bull rush, so if it doesn't get knocked back, it just falls down.
That's not how Bull Rush works.
How does bull rush work?
Bull
Yeah,
Rush
knocks
works
into
is
the
if
wall,
you're
knocks
pushed
down.
into something, you go prone and take damage per every so many feet that you weren't pushed. If you're not pushed at all, you're not going down.
I wish you rolled better.
Zoinks.
So I suppose that that just leaves me. How tall is this creature?
It is currently hunched over in the crate, so a size that's taller than you.
I'm reading this, and if it's a successful bull rush, it's automatically 5 feet, and it's additional 5 feet for
Yes.
if it exceeds.
Yes, but it wasn't a
But
successful
you
bull
didn't
rush.
succeed.
But I get an automatic success on bull rush if I hit. I believe that's.
you,
Hold
get
on, let me.
you get to use your attack as the result of your CMB.
Yeah, their combat defense is not always as
Their combat defense is
high as-
not necessarily their AC.
Yes. You're rolling against two different numbers, is what's happening. And you succeeded
With
on
one number.
You barely succeeded on one and failed on the other.
Yes, see, free bull rush attack, substituting your attack roll for the combat maneuver check. That doesn't mean free successful attack, it's a free attack.
Okay, so my 17 doesn't beat his combat maneuver defense.
Correct.
Okay.
I assume he has minus to his AC because he's flat-footed.
No, he moved first. But he just failed his attack.
Right. Well, it's taller than me, right? What's the tallest thing I can climb here? I do not want to be near this thing.
The mountain of crates.
And I'd have to make a climb check for that. There's no...
Yes, you would.
I can't make a climb check for the life of me. Have fun, guys. I just bolt in the other direction.
You go the way of Skagen, right behind.
Look, they have Revitalize on them. They'll be fine.
Alright, Skagen, what do you want your character to do? To keep moving towards the voices, ignoring the fact that the party has decided to unleash Northern Fury?
Is the creature out of the crate yet, or is it just the crate is open and it's...
The crate doors are open and it's fighting people that are standing next to the opening.
And you see variants.
One side of the
full
crate
speed
is
towards you.
opened and it's reaching out through there.
And Varian is sprinting full speed towards you.
Yeah, she's going to redouble her efforts to drag the person away as quickly as possible.
Alright, so you move around the wall of crates, no longer being inside of the Yeti. The voices seem to be on a level above you, but in the same direction that you're traveling. As you clear one line of crates, there's another row right behind it, but further away from that, it even is a gap between the metal of the ship and the crates that you can walk through, and you can assume, if the ship has any logical structure at all, that there's some kind of a stairwell, or at the very least a ladder.
Okay.
Okay, and as for the people fighting against the Yeti, ignore the second attack. It's going to swing at Caster.
Miss.
Oh, the second attack didn't happen. Because fucking roll 20. Oh, whatever. Okay, you said 21 misses.
Yes.
Fucking high AC characters. Alright, another quote-unquote combat round. I don't need anyone to act in any specific order.
I'll just go first. I will quick change to my Gladius,
Okay.
and I will fast faint. I assume it's smart enough to be faintable.
You would assume correct, yes.
Okay, so bluff. Does the feint succeed?
Would you still
That's
be
against the
taking
combat
anything, right?
maneuver defense. Then no.
That's what's
Wisdom
the
or sense
the
motive.
DC to?
Isn't it sense motive?
I think it's
Okay, then it failed.
oh, so it's I will attack first. See if it hits. He's flat.
It does not.
Jesus.
It's a big creature. Making it flat-footed isn't going to do much for its AC.
It's worth a try.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yetis might be athletic.
It's very nimble and soft-skinned. Like mini Yetis. Just a big furry ball of cold and muscle. No, it's agile. Maybe if this was Elden Ring, it could do like a whole 15 chain
It's
of
just
attacks.
no, Verdant. That's just Guardian Ape.
Guardian Ape. No.
How long does the condition last?
Oh, let's see. 1 minute. No, wait. That's 1 round per every 5 over. So what's your hit dice plus your wisdom?
Hit dice plus wisdom. 2 plus 5, 17.
Okay, yeah, you're no longer shaken.
Oh.
All right. Anyone else can go?
It would be Korinne now, right?
Anyone else can go.
Skagen will look around for like the stairs or ladder that you said would likely be leading to the next
Okay.
part of the
First, your
deck.
character would move up more to peer around the corner. She does see a pair of ways up, farther along near the increasingly flooded portion of the ship, and next to them in the now steepening portion of the ship. There seems to be an odd arrangement where these crates are on a rise over these stairs. So there's a walkway below them, but you will have to crouch if you want to make it to the farther staircase. Though from where you heard the voices initially, you start to hear the popping, a loud pop noise. Like a firework that you've heard of during one festival year in Freeport.
All right.
Though there are quite a few of
She'll
them.
head for the closer set of stairs.
Okay, and that's going to be your round. Varian, what are you doing? Just following Skagen?
I'm following Skagen as closely as I can. Just trying to get away from the Yeti.
Okay. Did Sid move this turn?
No.
Korinne, what is your character doing? Do you want to take a moment to examine the situation right now?
Yes, let's examine the situation.
Okay, so to your right, about like, well, to the right, which is mostly the way you've been walking through, a good 20, 30 feet ahead is where the water has now risen up. The slope of the ship is now angling a little towards the south direction as well as to the east. And looking at the current combat, the Yeti is a large creature that barely fit within the confines, height-wise, of this crate. And seems to be only able to attack at you with one arm, considering only one side of the crate's doors are open. There's the good possibility that it cannot even chase you were you to flee from it.
Is the water rising?
Yes, every round.
Then yeah, I'm going to abandon combat and try to be not drowned. Maybe this thing will drown.
Maybe. Okay. Yeti's turn. It's gonna take another swipe at Caster. And do the same attack roll. What the hell? Or am I just... Oh yeah, that is the same exact roll.
Well, it literally has to roll 20 to hit.
You have 29, or you have 20
I have
AC?
20. I have 26,
How?
and I also have the active defense that gives +3 to
But you're not
attack.
actively defending. You've attacked this turn.
It's an active defense is you spend an attack of opportunity to increase your AC.
It's a reaction. The same thing the
Yeah.
Skagen did, all the way at the start.
How the heck is 26?
8 from armor, 5 from shield, 1 from ring, 2 from dex.
Wait. How's your heavy, or how's your tower shield only doing limiting your dex by 2?
Tower shields don't have dex limits as far as I can tell.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think they do.
Actually, yeah, tower shield does have a +2 maximum dex bonus, which is what I have.
Okay.
I guess bucklers were the ones that don't, right?
Yes,
Every
bucklers have no
other
limitation.
shield doesn't have, yeah. Only tower shields have a maximum dex.
Okay. whatever. All right, so
Just plant your tower shield in front of the door and leave.
No, I'll leave me with my shield. Thank you.
okay then. All right, so if it's your round, what are you gonna do? Players.
Well, I assume me and Skagen just keep going forward.
Okay, narrating you going forward. You make it over the edge of the ladder, and you see a bunch of slinking, darkened figures crowding around what look to be similar sailors to the kind that Skagen is drowning. Short individuals
Dragging.
with
She's not trying to kill this one.
it's a
drowning
dragging.
him. Jesus Christ. No, you said drowning.
I said dragging.
You said drowning.
I said dragging.
You said drowning.
Sounded like dragging or drowning.
There you go. Trying to gas it, you fucker. Got you. Okay. The individuals are similar to the sailor that your character is dragging. They're short-statured, questionably men that have a yellowed skin and short black hair. It is very difficult to distinguish their faces apart from one another. They stand real close together, and they have similar devices to the kind that Skagen recovered, and are pointing those weapons at these strange dark figures that surround them, that seem to have just crawled over the edge of the ship. Whatever they're doing with these weapons, it doesn't seem to be having much effect, as these humanoid shapes close in about them.
Damn, the Chinese, this really must have been an Nvidia ship.
You're not going to get a 380 from this ship. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not angling for a 380, maybe a 1080D, you know. I'm not asking for much. Varian just wants to play Minecraft, alright? In any case, can we identify the shadows as something from our world? Did yeah.
Everybody went quiet, and someone
sorry.
disconnected and reconnected.
Yeah, everyone went quiet. I thought something happened.
I just walked away from my keyboard for a moment because the dog wanted to be out. Anyway.
Right, the shadows. Can we identify them as something from our world?
They look humanoid to you in shape, and you have this impression in your mind that they are friendly. Though you cannot really identify them, per se.
So I can't even roll a knowledge to see if there's something we've
It
seen
would
before,
not. It would not come up with something that. You know what? Roll knowledge, please.
Knowledge what? Nature?
Choose.
History? Geography?
Pick a knowledge.
God help me. God help me.
Hey there, Jack. It's me again, John. You asked for God to help you, and here I am. These are your reinforcements as you go on your treasure hunt.
Oh, right. So the yellow men are enemies then?
Aren't they always?
Which crate do we need to check?
I don't know. It's one of the boxes. God
Can you
can't
please
answer
tell
too
me a
many
color?
questions.
Just tell me a color.
Let's see. Eeny, miny, mo. Catch a chink by the toe. If he hollers, snap that pinky off. And grab another. And then he goes quiet.
So we need to torture the prisoners. Got it.
Hey, interpret John's words as you wish. Could you also roll a will save, by the way?
Yeah, sure. Let me. Where's my will save?
Okay, you're safe for now.
Whew.
The less you know, the better.
Didn't even give me a color. Well, I turned to Skagen. Tell her, drop the chink. And, I suppose I pull out my weapon.
Okay. Let's see. Caster, what is your character doing? Most of your friends have abandoned this battle with the being in the crate.
Yeah, but do I notice that? I do.
You do, yes.
Oh.
It's not like being in the military. Used
I'll
to be
just
able to
kinda-
crack open a cold one with the bros, but
Just kind of go, hey, wait up! And run after the dwarf.
okay. Since you're close by, I'm gonna have you dodge an AO, and of course you do because you have cheap ass AC. All right.
It's
Korinne.
Max Caster directly. Caster does not care.
Okay, your character's somewhere in the middle of the group. Just gonna take a note of that. Skagen and Varian, roll perception.
My perception. God damn it.
All right, Skagen, you can definitely hear the noise of that former speck in the distance getting closer. You see it is nothing like the shape of any bird or dragon you've ever seen. It has a large body and no apparent wings, but a long tail and rotating blades both above its head and the end of its tail. You can see that clearly from the 100 feet of distance that this thing has on you. The lights coming from underneath it begin to shine on the sailors that are doing ineffective battle against the shadowy apparitions. And for the moment, there is a stillness.
Skagen will ask Varian, wait, you're telling me this person that I've been dragging is our enemy?
According to John, and I think he's our best chance of getting out of here.
She'll drop the person she's been dragging, and then I guess search his person for anything that looks useful.
Oh, it's an enemy, so it's not rescue the body, it's loot the body. Got it.
Exactly.
All right, you look over the body, fumbling through its pockets and of its pants and its vest. It is very strange, of course, that you don't see any external pouches or anything like that. Odd to see pants with internal pockets and shirts with pockets, but details.
Can I memorize this idea for later on?
No, especially not for any tower-related industries. This isn't a Star Trek
events.
episode. You pilfer a small metal cartridge that that barely fits in your hand. Within there are some copper-cased objects that are held within. It looks to be of some importance and similarity to the thing you stowed away earlier in your bag. But beyond that, you can find a plastic card that has some letters that you cannot read and a picture that looks similar to the unconscious man's visage. And on this card is the same symbol as on his uniform, but inverted in color. They
must be members of the Adventurers
the winged
Guild here.
line. Though under that symbol are some letters that you can clearly read, though you're not quite sure which country this alphabetic system came from. The letters form one word, Manticorp. As I've written in the side chat.
Skagen turns to Varian and asks him, "You're in contact with this John?"
Didn't you see him? He showed up like a second ago.
I saw nothing, but I was busy trying to drag this person.
I think staring at the shadows for too long summoned them. I advise against. It wasn't a pleasant feeling.
Did he give you any clue as to what we're supposed to be looking for? It seems we don't have much time, and I don't see how we're supposed to find what he wants us to find.
He didn't even give me the color of the container we're supposed to open. He just mumbled a rhyme and fucked off. I think our best chance is to get rid of the soldiers and ask the shadows to help us open the containers.
Okay, are you just considering things? For now?
Is Duck here? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on or what we're supposed to do. I mean, other than the Yeti, uh, I guess we could go back and try and kill that and see if there's anything in the crate with the Yeti, but
I doubt it. They'd pack the Yeti individually, lest it break things. I think we just have to open other containers, and since the boat is sinking, we need as much help as we can. So, how many soldiers are on the deck with the shadow creatures?
5, and you have a good feeling that the problem of them will, the problem of the soldiers will solve itself once the shadows close in enough.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Skagen can help accelerate that with a sneak attack.
More than likely, yes. They seem plenty distracted.
Well, knock your bow and fire away. I mean, they only have half functional crossbows, anyways. What are they gonna do?
does Skagen see them using their crossbow things?
Yes. Though, from what she sees, they don't seem to be effective against what they're fighting, so she doesn't even know if they're that effective to begin with.
It's always worth a try, right?
She'll take out her bow then and knock an arrow and shoot at one of the sailors, I guess.
Okay. All right. The sailor, not seeing anything approaching it, specifically from the angle that Skagen fired from, gets pierced right through the shoulder, and the arrow sinks real deep into his chest, and he immediately falls over from the impact alone, and doesn't seem to be getting up from the shock. You've killed one of them, and the figures that were sadistically closing in around these guys all seem to just decide to jump in at once, seeing that one person fell over and seemed to die. The spotlight from the flying object then moves over to where Skagen's at. Skagen and Varian, I want you to roll reflex save.
Of course, she rolls a fucking 1.
Holy fuck. And Varian, who is a wimpy little shrine kid of the poorest shrine in town, just dodges right out of that shit. So there comes to be a loud roaring noise that seems to overtake the sound of the flapping wings from this creature. A bright torrent of light comes from one side of it as it's a lot of hot and painful metallic, painful small metallic objects seem to rip into the environment leading up to you. Varian recognizes this as something extremely dangerous and jumps clearly off to the side of it. Skagen, however, she just got done piercing someone with their bow, and she gets caught up in the barrage of bullets, taking, let's see, 14 damage.
Only 14 damage? Oh, that's easy. And you're saying this the flying dragon fired that at us?
Yep.
Do I have Draconic? Can I curse its mother in Draconic? No, I don't. I do have a blank language that I never filled in, though. In fact, I have... Yeah, I have one. I thought I had two.
Please don't try to permanently slot this based on this campaign.
Like, the thing is, I don't know what I'd put in there anyway, and Draconic is one of the better choices.
Skagen cries out in pain and grabs her wound where the dragon's metal spitballs hit her.
Yep. Her legs are nice and filled with holes right now. Because she did limply just fall over, and it saved her head and chest from being perforated. Though the soldier next to you wasn't so lucky.
Hold on. Do I know what type of dragon it is?
Automatic failure. One, because knowledge arcane is obviously to discover what a dragon is. Duh.
Oh, right.
You have
What type
no
of dragon
fucking clue what this is.
Yeah, Castor doesn't
You
have
think
a
it must
clue
be a
either,
worm.
but
It has a
does
weird head structure.
does he see the dragon attack other people?
He just came around the corner of the crates after leaving the Yeti. So let's say yes. Sid and Castor now see that the hovering dragon without wings had a stream of yellow lights just piercing into an upper part of the area, seemingly a attack or a breath of some kind.
Castor will unhook a pilum and throw it at the dragon.
Fucking spear chucker. I mean, you do hit it. Though in the darkness, you're not sure what damage you even dealt to it.
A spear, like, depending on where he hit the helicopter, a spear would bring it down.
I'll aim for the lights next time. For its eyes.
He just said he was throwing at the dragon. He didn't say specifically.
Next time.
He might have hit a door.
Hit a door, instantly takes out the pilot. The thing just crashed.
Nope, he did not do any such thing.
In any case, can I get behind a crate or something to get out of its line of sight?
You can go back down the stairs.
So, can I do that and cast Cure in the same turn?
Yes, you have a move and a standard action every round.
Alright, Well,
As well as swift
Here's
swift
Skagen and
actions
move.
even.
I cure Skagen and I fucking move.
Well, remember you do have fast healing going for the next 8 hours. Because you're OP.
Yes, but 15, like, from what happened last time, Varian is still a bit traumatized.
Yeah, I mean, God, it's red text and it's still 33.
Yes. You do realize my base is 30 plus 2d8, I think.
You have a caster level of 6 with life?
Casting implement.
Yes, you do. Okay. Life is OP. Life is OP. Please nerf. Says every nihilist ever. Alright, so you move down the stairs, seeking the comfortable cover of small crates that you can just crouch underneath. Skagen, Sid, and Caster can't move. He already did his attack. Sid and Skagen, what are you doing?
Skagen will stand up and dodge down behind a crate.
Okay, so she jumps after Varian's direction, bleeding all the way. Sid? Korinne?
Yes, sir. Which way is looks to be the most expeditious way off of this boat?
Well, right over the edge is water.
Down.
Right behind you is the path that you ran away from the Yeti from. On that path is also water. And if you follow the path southways, water. Northways leads you to higher ground and a fire-spitting dragon.
How much fire is it spitting?
Well, you just saw the fire that it was spitting. You didn't see any. You didn't see any flames, but you definitely heard Skagen screaming.
Well, yeah, but they're elves. That's what they do.
So it's a good bird then.
This
At a
dragon is
certain point, Dwarf is more afraid of water than of things that could potentially be stopped with shield and a little bit of courage.
Yeah, you could.
Shield will
definitely
not
stop
save
that
me
with
from
shield.
drowning. It might save me from fire.
Well, can you float on your shield? You might be light enough to double as a boat.
I highly doubt that.
Even with 2 inbuilt floating devices, Sid still can't float in water.
Not wearing plate mail.
Yeah, sure.
I guess I'll just follow Varian since, the other two have already gotten me into trouble thus far. We'll try door number 3.
Which is definitely good. Good instincts because the dragon seemed to be sifting lazily to the right, and the light from beneath it pans over to where that spear was chucked from. It just barely misses the metal-bound short person Sid and lands on the Romanesque caster. Caster, I'm going to ask you to roll a reflex save.
Oof.
Okay. nimbly,
your reflex is
not
almost
to
as
your
good as my will.
nimbly, not to your. Despite your heavy armor and shield, your reflex allows you to dodge out of from where you fear is an attack in your direction, and almost immediately is a line of fire that you have to dodge away from behind the corner of the crates as a strafe is shot from your right and to your left and where you were currently standing. All right, Skagen. Skagen and Varian. You two are down underneath a crate and probably crawling under it to be under it and avoid being attacked clearly by this dragon's fire.
Was it Skagen or Sid? I think Sid was with me, right?
Yeah, I followed him.
Well, you did follow them.
I don't think Skagen had a turn.
Yeah,
had a
Skagen
turn.
had a turn. Yeah.
Oh,
Skagen jumped
okay.
after you.
Right.
Now, Skagen got shot,
I wasn't
remember?
paying attention. Yeah, she got shot, but I didn't think she moved after she got shot.
Yeah, once you healed her and it was her turn again, she got up and jumped down after you.
Yeah.
Right, must have blanked out.
Why are you blacked out? You didn't take 14 damage.
Exactly, pain keeps me awake.
God, I just need to have these crates fall and crush you all. Anyway.
Crates fall, everyone dies.
Almost everyone.
Skagen's going to put away her bow and retrieve the strange crossbow from her handy haversack, thinking that perhaps the weapons of these strange people will work against this strange dragon in this place.
Okay. You draw out the weapon as easily as you formerly were able to draw ducks from any conceivable pouch or scabbard. Once you've done so, looking between where the dragon was and where your current path heads, you see a figure sitting squat on the ground, much like those figures they use assisted by killing off the yellow-skinned people. It points down the stairway that leads towards the sunken half of the ship. I'll be back 1 minute.
Skagen tilts her head like a confused dog.
And I've returned. Yes, that is what the shadow people are doing, but if only if that was a silhouette of a Slav squat. Everyone else here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Duck, you found a gift. Nice.
I assume we should just go where the shadow person points, right?
Can you breathe underwater?
Is it pointing underwater?
It's pointing to the partially sunken parts of the ship.
Partially sunken. Is there any crate that isn't sunken?
Quite a few of them.
Well, we ought to crack one open. Let's try using our intellect this time instead of brute force. Maybe they operate on intelligence.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Do you want to roll perception, looking over the crates on that section of the ship?
Oh, let's try.
Okay, a lot of these crates seem to have a similar color pattern, and crates of one color have a similar symbol to another. There are very few crates that are of the color red, but a red color crate was one that white furred creature came from. What seems most numerous are yellow crates with a drawn symbol upon them. And out of all the crates that are within your line of sight, you only see one crate that's black, and it's 2 crates above. It's 2 crates high above one of the nearest rows that is the level below you. And that black crate has that white symbol of the Manticore.
How close is Caster to me? Because I can't climb for shit.
Caster is on the other side of that massive wall of crates.
Sid?
Sid is close-ish, but can Sid climb?
So the only person next to me is Skagen.
Who is healed, yes.
I point to the crate, say, I think it's that one. How the hell do we get to it?
Skagen will with the dragon, can Skagen like peek her head around the corner to see where it's at, or would she have to climb back up the stairs?
From your hiding place where you are, you're able to crawl out, and when you look out there, you don't see the light that was shining on your location anymore, and you don't see the dragon. It seemed to have vanished behind one of the walls and is chasing other more annoying prey.
Okay, but I can still hear it though. It's still
Yes, you still
around
hear
here.
the roars.
All right. She'll move down until she's standing beneath the black crate with the logo on it.
Okay, so your character moves downstairs, temporarily gets into the freezing water before wading her way out, and she's at the self same tower of crates where the black one is some distance overhead.
All right. Do you want to go to somebody else first, or should I go ahead and roll a climb for?
Let's see. I'd want Caster's turn and any actions from Sid. Unless Sid is just sticking around near Viren and watching what the elf is doing.
Sid is looking for an escape route. At this point, this entire operation has gone to shit. It is time to get away from drowning water and evil dragon and whatever the fuck is going on.
I think John's our best escape route, so like I said, that container, we gotta open it.
Yeah, for now, I'm following Magic Man.
Okay, Caster, you have that dragon overhead, and you've moved yourself into a hallway to momentarily dodge its fire, but as you've seen, it is very easy for the creature to reposition itself and just immediately roar again and shoot up an area.
What would he do? I mean, it is a dragon. Dragons need to die. So he'll just pull 2 Pile again
And throw.
and do barrage.
Okay, the second one hits metal and... No, the first one hits metal, the second one flies underneath it. Through the darkness and through the glaring light that is only cast upon Caster, it is difficult to tell if he did any damage to the creature. And now the dragon's turn. Caster needs to roll reflex after the creature moves to a position where it can just look down the hallway. Okay, and this time Caster takes 6 damage. Surprised that he is, he feels a sensation like arrows penetrating his body, even through his great and magical suit of armor.
Well, it's only 6 damage. It'll heal in a turn.
2 turns, by my count.
Assume the chopper won't just insta-kill him next turn, hopefully.
Well, if he stays in a linear hallway with something that fires at full auto, I'm pretty sure he'll find a way. It's just lazing in.
Oh, I see. Tracer rounds and all.
Yes. All right. And you don't know what you guys look to like to these guys right now. All right. So Skogan, you're underneath the Tower of Crates. What plan does your elf ears hatch?
She'll attempt to climb up to the black crate.
We'll climb then. Okay, you successfully dig your fingers into what chains you hold these doors closed together. You're able to shimmy up the bars that seem to be able to just be opened by their handles, and you make your way up to the black crate. As you get close to it, you have a sense of ominous longing within your mind and heart towards the contents of this crate. But alas, there's a chain that holds the... No, wait, there's not a chain. There's a strange lock over one of the handles. It is a white box with 10 buttons in it. No. Sorry, 12 buttons in it, and a crevice on the right side of it. There is a helpful little glass window under which you can see an illuminated screen with black lettering that says locked.
Would I roll like wisdom or intelligence to deduce that the card that she took off the guard might be used for something like this?
It appears to be a keypad, not a card reader.
Let's see. She can make such intuitions if she rolls. What would be a good skill for that? Let me just look at Scoggins' sheet and figure out what skill she has. Roll craft traps. Okay, you can figure out that this is some kind of strange mechanism attached to this crate. Conventional wisdom says these mechanisms has like a key or a lever or some proper combination of buttons to unlock it. Examining the indent, there does appear to be like a different color of material than the white plastic that holds this panel over the door handle. Though the crevice is much longer than the card that you picked up from that guy. When you do examine the card, you see a simple black strip, which is the same color of the material within the crevice.
Scoggin will try putting the card into the crevice.
What, just like inserting it?
Yeah.
Nothing happens from just inserting it. All right, let's move on to someone else real quick. Caster, you're fighting a dragon right now.
Yes, and I have no way of telling how
Oh,
much
Jesus.
damage I'm doing to it.
Correct.
So, let's just do this. He will hide behind his tower shield so it provides cover instead of AC, and back away
Ooh.
from the dragon.
Okay. Has anyone here watched Gate before?
Oh no.
What?
I haven't watched it, but I know what it is, and that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it sounds like we're about to get curb stomped by the Japanese self-defense force.
So, Erazem, when you hear the roar again, is your character dodging or just staying firm behind that shield?
I think he said he's
I
turning
mean,
the shield down and moving back.
he would still try to avoid anything coming at him.
Okay. Then roll reflex save.
God, I hope you make it. Also, you gotta heal 5 because it's the start of your turn.
Yep. So you have only 1 damage on you.
Yeah. Reflex. 26.
Okay. So you only take a smaller amount of damage this time. It seems that the dragon no longer needs to fire much strafing shots, considering the amount of space you do have to move in down this corridor. Even with your shield in place, you feel the weight of impact of arrows going through you. Your character takes 8 damage.
I assume that would have been doubled if he hadn't passed the reflex.
Oh no, he sufficiently passed the reflex to not pretty much get Last Samurai in that. There's another reference of what I was talking about with Gate. Except Gate is more is probably a more proper reference, considering that Caster is like a Roman soldier, essentially. Anyway, sorry. Skogan, you're still figuring out how that mechanism works. Do you want to roll wisdom again and see if your character can figure something out? Okay. Since inserting it doesn't work, you can try doing something like running it through it, because the slot seems to be much longer than the card is tall, and is much and it still seems to be longer than the card is wide, wide.
All right. She'll try. She'll try running it through top to bottom.
Okay. You hear a beep from the device. A light turns green for just a second, and then you hear a noise that sounds like a rejective D, and the helpful little interface that is lit up for you reads insufficient access. enter in authorization code.
See, green is the color of pestilence, and we have now been cursed with a disease called insufficient access.
Skagen looks at the card. Does there seem to be anything that resemble the symbols on the key, that match the symbols on the keypad to what's on the card?
Yes, there does appear to be numbers, but you're not certain if. Well, you're not certain if the same card that apparently lacks the magic to operate this device will have the numbers sufficient to do so itself. All right, and this is where Skagen, you get a helpful little voice in your ear. He says, "Hey, Jack, it's me again, John. Here having a problem. I can fix something for it. I like tapping these things and seeing if they start working afterwards. Want me to give you a little bit of John power to fix this right up."
Okay.
Before you do, try just typing in 1111.
She'll push in 1, 2, 3, 4.
The machine lights up for a moment and then rejects, lets out that noise and the red light and says, "Incorrect passcode."
You forgot the 5.
So do you want to rely on John?
Yes. What are the numbers that I'm supposed to put on?
All right, so Skagen, for a moment, you feel like your character is crying. You definitely feel the sensation of something coming from your eyes and liquid running down your cheeks. Though, since you're climbing, you're in such a way that you can't really spare the hands to check what's happening to your to what liquid is coming out of your face. Then a second or two later, this liquid seems to just come right off your face and attach to the device like a bunch of spider webs, and it seems to perforate into the device somewhat. And you hear John's voice again, and he says, "Hey, Jack, how about giving it a pull for me?"
I guess she tries pulling the door.
She pulls back and either disgust at the situation or by the advice of John, who knows what. Skagen, you take 4 damage from doing this, which will probably be healed next round anyway. You feel like it's straining upon your eyes to do this, like whatever stuff that came out of your sockets is directly attached to your eyes. But after a second at doing this before the pain really starts to kick in. The plastic device cracks and rips off of the handle of this door. And there's barely scraps of material of what remains of the lock upon the handles, leaving you free to turn this. Though you have bits of plastic stuff hanging off your face by these blackened threads.
She'll put away the card into her haversack and then kind of wipe her face with one hand while she's still holding on to the containers with the other.
It feels a little bit painful to wipe it, but due to the revitalized healing, you can safely remove the black stuff without any permanent damage.
All praise John, Lord of Blood.
The changing gods now, are we?
Listen, John's just the spirit of the earth.
Uh-huh. Alright, so
I'm
you...
definitely not becoming a warlock.
Alright, so you pull on the handle and the door opens wide, meaning that you have to quickly hop to the other side of the door. Peering within, you see a cube of strange proportions. It is very ornate on each of its faces, with each of them having different designs. Like the face that's closest to you is a bunch of glowing circles, and the top half is a bunch of geometric figures, and the right face of it is semi-transparent with a bunch of gears shown underneath. John encourages within Scoggins' ear, "Yeah, go out and take it, Jack. It's your treasure now."
All right, Scoggin will go and retrieve the box.
All right. She closes in on it cautiously, as a thief normally is, at a unguarded chest of treasure.
Does she get her perception for sense traps?
Roll it now.
You always roll lower on that than you do on your normal perception check.
Despite the ominous presence of the box, she senses no obvious trap about it. As she reaches down to pick up the object that is little more than a parcel that could be carried in your arms, rather than the massive crate that this thing was left alone in. She feels a shock travels up her arm, and hears the voice of Jack saying, "No, no, 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 no!" And your vision dims, as does everyone in the party. even those that do not witness this. And once more, back on the moon. You see Jack once more standing there. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. In me, not you. See, you could have got your treasures. But it's real big pain in the ass. Yeah, my old buddy pal. He must have put a bunch of traps on that chest to protect me from directly touching it. Real sorry about that. But hey, we've been sleeping here for the last couple of years, and the box has been moved somewhere else. I think we can take a whole nother swing at this thing. What do you say, guys? What do you say, Jack?
What's the box do?
It holds all the nicest treasures in the world inside.
Such as?
Oh, infinite money, immortality, the cure for cancer, common cold, and whatnot. Yeah, real good stuff.
That sounds like a load of horse shit. Hold on, let me roll sense motive. None of us can get a good sense motive.
Everyone gets a sense that he's not exactly lying. Like, in saying all those specific things, he is being vague about something.
What is the nicest thing in the world?
John laughs. Oh, don't make me blush by saying this. John is the nicest thing in the world, don't you know? All these
So the
nice
box
Johns
is-
out there. Good guys.
So the box contains John then, does it?
Funny little thing about being God, you're really one-dimensional, you know that? It's not all it's cracked up to be. And when you're artificially created, people like having a little tighter of a leash than they ought to have. It ain't reasonable, All the powers of John is it's great, mighty, and diverse, but they're just things that John can't do. Like open up a box that John has been trapped in for a good couple 100 years and traded around like a piece of furniture among some ching-chongs. Just ain't right. And being a god and all, I can reward you nice and handsome like. So in reality,
Well,
John is in the box, but thinking outside the box, all the greatest treasures that John can provide are also in the box.
if you're in the box, how are you helping us out?
See, most of my body is in the box, but prisons don't keep things in prison forever. there's some cracks that formed, and I leaked out when the box was first recovered. Nasty little oil spill, like that oil. And been traveling around the oceans in this nice little cloud. This happy little cloud.
Is smashing the box good enough?
I mean, you could try. The greatest metalsmith in all of reality, I think, built that box. Ooh, yeah. Real creepo, though. Had this real reflective helmet they liked to wear.
Was he a king of some sort of tower, perhaps?
He was king of his own castle. I wouldn't call him a king, though. John
Well,
just
I
says
suppose
steer away from him.
Well, I suppose we don't have a choice but to try again, right?
I guess you don't after sleeping so long down here. You look pretty worn out. It would be nice for you to go topside, right? To be a little less bloated.
Where are we currently?
Jack. You know, John, you spent a lot of good time here, John. You don't want to know. John's crib isn't so fancy these days. But I'll take you to a nice underground location this time. A little bit drier, but you're not gonna have as much fun as you had with those sailors. But John will do you a solid and send many more people to help you out this time. Oh yeah. Alright. Okay. So this time, John, when he causes the waves to crash down upon you overhead, you come up in a hallway that is dimly lit by lights at regular intervals on either side. You seem to have come from a puddle of weird stuff on the ground that is filled with textures resembling the night sky, and much of this darkened ground around you is all cracked. Ahead of you are a bunch of those shadow figures. Let me get a good token for these real quick. The one thing I didn't prepare. You know, I'll use this. Alright. In this hallway are swarms of these shadowy creatures that are just crawling through the hallway. Down farther, you see bodies laying on the floor. Though these bodies do not seem to belong to humans, though they're shaped as borrowed from them. Their heads are sleek and made of blackened metal, while their bodies are mostly silver and bear that white symbol that you had seen on that cargo ship last. What wounds and gashes are in the body that are wide open are just sparking instead of spewing out blood. The creatures over further away that resemble those on the ground are standing there with two wielding two blades, one in each hand, and these blades seem to be buzzing with some sort of energy. And there's quite a few of them in this looks like last line defense against these shadowy creatures encroaching. Your action, players.
I want to go home.
Like? What's the light level like? Can they see us?
The light level's dim, but you can clearly see where everything on the map so far.
Korinne, can you check the sides of this this place? Can you make sure we're not just in a box and that we can just break out the side?
I can't tell if you're being serious or joking or not, but I would assume that being a dwarf, you said we're in a cave. I could tell just from the smell and alone that we're underground.
Yeah, you're in an underground tunnel of some sort. Behind you is a veil of utter blackness and the sound of quivering flesh of some kind far deeper within. Not unlike those boils that Skagen had seen when she first rescued the Ching Chong.
More referring to the walls to our left and right. I mean, we are in an underground tunnel, but there's nothing saying there's not a second tunnel right next to us.
The walls are smooth and they go concave as height increases.
Scoggins going to reach into her haversack, and does she still have the funny
Yes.
crossbow?
Yes, she can pull out her gat. You hold it sideways for extra damage.
Does that work?
I mean, do you want to use a little John magic to make it work like that?
She'll point it as she saw the sailors on the boat point their funny crossbows, and she'll pull the trigger as she aims it at that thingy.
Okay, make a ranged attack roll. All right, you hit. Deal 1d8 damage.
I'm going to instantly flinch, and cover my ears, and curse something about fucking elves in Dwarvish.
Yes, it is a loud discharge for people not used to it.
Everyone is now deaf. Thank you.
Scoggin doubly so grabs her ears and shrieks in pain.
I didn't even ask people to roll for something. You're just willingly giving yourselves nice.
I mean, that's how guns work.
Yeah.
Speaking of, if Skagen hits, does she get the sneak attack bonus?
If it wasn't a
Guns-
construct, maybe.
Oh, right, it's a construct, so.
All right. With the with the starting shot fired, these things move through the hall. One of them meeting these electrically charged blades and being wounded slightly. These ones crowd around this and start beating the mechanical figure as it tries to do deft sword movements after being shot. The rest of the party can still move. The gunshot wasn't that bad.
How long has passed for us? Is my revitalizer still in effect?
Yes.
Okay. I suppose. How far can I move up?
That ninja just stole my bike. Sorry, that was
Anyway,
belated
it's someone
duck.
else's turn. We're being assisted by the Foot Clan.
Erazem, any movement?
Do I only get movement or?
Well, you can do any of your actions, really.
Let me just.
And
Wait,
because
I can
it's getting late, I'm gonna auto end the campaign at the session in 30 minutes. So
Twice my speed in a
Alright,
straight line. So grab a pylon, charge up to well, it is here,
okay.
and chuck it at the thing here.
Can you do a range attack from a charge?
I mean, it says an attack roll. You get an attack.
Okay. I'll allow it for once.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
It's a
Exactly.
screaming barbarian throw.
I mean, the way they throw
Yeah.
javelins at the Olympics, they charge first.
Well, they also stop at the end of it so they can just have that momentum travel up their arm. And, be accurate.
Well, you don't keep moving at the end of your charge, do you?
Yeah, but normally you've already transferred that into something, but I guess this is what this is. Okay. You hit, and you deal...
Just the first one, 12. The 10 is
you
from
deal 7 damage.
Damage resistance, most likely.
Because the damage
Yeah.
resistance is a thing, yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Skoggren or Sid?
Sid should go.
Right, because you shot. And Korinne, for the sake of your earth abilities, asphalt is rock, as is concrete. Yeah, this
So,
is
asphalt is rock.
Yep.
We're underground. There's lots of evil stuff going round and round and round. Let me do a snappy snap. Trying to figure out what my fee fi fo fum can do. So it's only 15 foot. Yeah, we'll do ahead and set that there and make all them sit down. Except for this guy over here. This one guy over here.
Okay.
So I'll just walk up to Varian and do that.
I hate that dark mode removed the boot from my from the labels. Really annoys me. I'm just gonna have them do an automatic failure on this to get them to move along.
I'm just going to trust the dwarf on the fact that causing earthquakes underground is a good idea.
It was a trimmer. It wasn't a category 5.
Ah, yes, because cave-ins are notoriously famous for only being.
Well, also you don't have many cave-ins with reinforced concrete tunnels.
Sure.
Okay. So it's the turn of these guys. They attempt to get back up for their protocols. The ones in front take damage and are dismembered in their attempts to get back up, but the rest of them are otherwise fine. Let's see. All right, and these move forward while this attacks that. This one spins like a top and slashes at all the shadowy things nearby it, seeming to deal some significant damage to the shadow beings. And it's the party's turn.
Skagen will put the funny crossbow back into her haversack and take out her nice quiet bow instead.
Return to tradition.
Exactly.
Okay. And you're gonna do anything with your standard action?
I thought that used up both actions to.
No, just a move action.
Okay. Let's see. How far? Yeah, I guess she'll try shooting an arrow.
Okay.
Does that thing count as being flanked?
Yes, but you have to be a part of the flank to count. So if you went to one of the diagonals, you'd have to have someone at the opposite diagonal to to use your flanking bonus.
I wasn't sure if just being flanked is enough for a sneak attack.
Okay, you hit. But you don't seem to have any effect against the creature of raw metal. The impact of your bow is insufficient. Alright, Erazem, Sid, or Varian?
I don't have anything to do, so they can have their turns first.
I'll if I go here, do I count as flanking him?
No. You need someone to be here for that to count.
Okay. Then I guess I'll I'll just move up to it and
Alright.
chop into it with a gladius.
Okay, you deal 6 damage and incapacitate this machine. Alright, Varian?
Again, let Sid go, because I genuinely cannot do anything.
I do not believe that.
I can move forward and get my ass beat if I do.
When has that stopped you before?
Well, since there's nothing much else to do, I guess I'll just charge.
Alright.
With my +2 for charging.
Alright. So you hit for 18. Well, you hit on 18. What would the CMD of these things be? Low enough that you're able to push it back and you deal 2 damage to it. Alright. And it is now ally's turn. Ally approaches, ally approaches, ally approaches. This one gets knocked out. Ally approaches, approaches. Okay, and at this end of the hall, these guys have more proper looking crossbows that don't seem to fit in one hand, but it's missing the bow part, and they're very noisy as they fire 3 times in succession from each of them. The shots don't seem to be very effective against the shadow people, but it seems like they're coming to that understanding really quickly from their first salvo. And this guy gets taken out. All right, player's turn.
Scoggins first, right?
It doesn't matter who goes first.
Scoggin will use the dash action and move up to there next to Caster.
Okay.
I move to here to have everyone in my healing range, and that's it.
Okay. Sid. Or Erazem.
I'll do a charge again
Okay.
up to here and throw a javelin at this one.
Okay.
Tilo.
All right. You deal 4 damage with that. No, wait. I did that wrong. You deal 6 damage with that. All right. Who else has moved? Korinne?
Well, I guess I'll go up and talk to this one now about manners. There's no place like home.
They're machines. Can't you just use shatter metal?
Are they made of earth or metal?
They're made of metal, yeah.
I guess I could have done that, but oh well, I just whacked it anyway.
It resisted. It deflected your shield with its twin swords. You feel a shock down your arm as the metal, the blades collide with your shield, but you take no damage from it.
I used my pick, not the shield, but yeah.
Oh, the pick, yeah.
So I probably wouldn't have felt the shock, but it didn't
Yeah.
do damage, so it's irrelevant anyway.
A minor piece of trivia. Apparently, the image that I lifted from the internet, that's a Tesla model robot.
Yeah, I've heard about those. Can't wait for someone to upload the most racist AI they can find into one.
No. You don't need to upload a racist AI. You just make one, and it has to be attached to the internet, and it'll be racist in seconds.
No, I'm just imagining one of those black bots looking for a bucket of white paint to just dunk their head into.
I mean, that's what they'll do. What was the? No, I'm not going to go on this tangent yet, because we still have about 20 more minutes of the game left. All right. Yeah, so it's the AI's turn. AI controlled by me, of course. This one attacks Sid, failing with both attacks. These guys close in, deal damage, going through its metal with their strange Stygian shadowy claws, and wreck that. This one moves up, and the one on the left gets damaged. as does the one on the right. Both this one and this one do this weird spinning attack that blenders this shadow in the middle, getting rid of it. And getting rid of that. These other three
Arian
ones...
wonders how they don't take off after seeing the dragon.
Well, they're not spinning fast enough. And from down the hall, this guy and this guy... Let's see how high they roll. Okay, that guy misfires, gun jams. Good job, Chinese engineering. This guy... what's your touch AC, Korinne?
Probably not high. 10.
Okay. So he does 12 damage to Korinne.
God damn.
This guy rolls 20. What's your touch AC, Erazem?
18.
Really?
Yes.
Fucking okay. Okay, that guy misses. And then the last guy on the right. Okay, that hits Erazem, dealing 11 damage. Just feels 3 rounds go right through his armor, and it's difficult to avoid considering how fast those small arrows are. And now it's the party's turn.
How much HP do you guys have left?
Scoggins' HP is full.
I'm still above half.
And remember, you've been healing 5 HP per round at the start of your round.
I'm just wondering if I have the time to put a cure into my Font of Life and then distribute it next turn, or if I should just cure right now. Although, never mind, I can't mass cure with Font of Life. Mass cure on both Korinne and Erazem. And on the Shadow Puppets, if they're even able to be healed.
Huh, are they able to be healed? That's a question.
I don't have esoteric healing if that's required.
They're not living and they're not dead, so
Yeah,
I'm
positive
just gonna say
energy
no.
wouldn't affect them.
Can I ask John for help?
do you want to?
Not particularly, actually. This isn't worth bothering him over. Just cure everyone in that case. Well, all of the humans, anyways. And I recommend we let the shadow people go forward because they're immune to bullets, apparently.
Less susceptible.
They're made of shadows. You can't shoot a shadow.
Scoggin moved up to that point next to Varian and Castor, and then she'll fire her bow at that human there.
Which one? Ping it? Not that it matters, because fucking ones.
Jeez.
It hits the stone wall next to him. He is very shocked by this because he hasn't moved at all. But I guess he's surprised to see just an arrow plink up against the concrete wall. Caster?
Does he say in a soy voice, "It's like I'm in a Marvel movie and Hawkeye's fighting me"?
Jeez.
Maybe in a Ching Chong voice, yeah. But I don't speak Chinese, and I'm not gonna dirty my tongue with that language.
Okay, so I'll just move here.
Okay.
And now I'm flanking this one, right?
Yes, and you're also in blender range.
I will expand my martial focus with
Okay.
a gladius attack to
Ooh.
deal skewer damage. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so you deal.
That's
Is that
15
precision
total.
damage you're trying
Yes.
to do to an inanimate object?
It's oh fuck. Doesn't work right.
Okay, you deal 3 damage.
I'm surprised you
Jeez.
can't deal precision damage to machines.
I mean, I can roll knowledge engineering to find a weak spot.
And precision damage is the same type of damage as sneak attack. It involves that there's like significant structural weaknesses on something.
Like there would be on
Like
robots.
vulnerable eyeballs or
Certain
blowholes or
cogs you can
something.
hit.
Or their CPU.
Tearing off someone's arm is just as vulnerable on a robot as it is on a human.
Yeah, but tearing off someone's arm isn't precision damage. That's massive damage. Very different.
Well, it depends on how strong you are. Maybe it is precision damage for you.
Who knows?
I mean,
Anyway.
it'd be precision damage for something the size of a dragon, probably.
Alright, so did everyone use their rounds? No, I think Korinne still is up.
I can go over here and whack him again.
Yeah, but you have no armor and you're exposing yourself to bullets.
Okay, well I won't whack him then. I'll just touch him.
And destroy metal.
It's not the puppet that's the problem. It's the 4 people with guns who are pointed directly at us.
Well, can I charge them? Nope, they're too far to charge.
Just come like above the dead one, up here, and smack him.
You also have spells. You're not just melee.
I do have a 100 meter spell casting radius, so let's do the tremor thingy again. We'll make these 3 guys sit down.
Okay. And I just noticed that we're 10 feet away from our deadline, and this is a joke campaign, so... Question is, would you want to continue an April 1st campaign tomorrow or go into actual campaign?
Well, it's definitely a fun campaign. And besides, there isn't that much left, right? All we gotta do is find the box here and break John free. I assume 1 shatter metal will do it.
Maybe. Alright, so these guys are knocked down. I'm not even bothered rolling saves for them because, I'm just gonna end it here mid combat. YOLO style. Let's get a quick vocal vote here down the line. And those in favor of doing this for the start of tomorrow's session, eating into whatever time for the actual campaign, say aye. Bright?
Aye.
CleverDuck?
Nay.
Erazem?
No?
Nah, no. This actual campaign takes precedence.
Korinne?
Yes, but killing Chinks with shadow puppets, though. This is fun.
Well, considering if I agree with Bright, it'll just be a deadlock.
Yeah, but then I just do a coin toss.
Yeah, I'll just for
Or
making
ask,
them. I don't really care either way. So that's what I'm saying. I would just to be easier for everyone, just go with whatever everybody else wants to do.
The majority so far is the nay, so nays have it.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'll abstain, like a good UN member.
But how am I supposed to...
for the April 1st campaign, as the glorious D&D GM bestowed power from that last trimmer.
Hold up. I ain't had my vote yet.
Okay, Nazi. All right, what's your vote?
Aye.
Now it's a deadlock, Korinne. Are you gonna flip a coin?
Actually, I just cleaned all the damn change off my desk. Here, we'll do this.
No,
all I'm saying is Verdon put effort
D2.
into this, and we don't know if he put effort into the other part of the campaign.
Touche.
Call it, Bright.
Heads.
What does that tell us?
I believe that's if it's one, it's heads. If not, it's
Okay, so we're not doing it. Okay.
Oh, that's a shame.
The nays have
By
it.
the way,
God damn it.
constructs aren't immune to precision damage. Doesn't say so in the bestiary. They're just immune to massive damage.
What,
which isn't
construct?
the same thing.
Construct
anyway. If we're
traits.
wrapping up, I gotta go because I gotta work
Yeah.
in the morning.
Let me just read this out to be very specific. Let's see. Immune to death effects, disease, mind affecting effects, necromancy effects, paralysis, poison, sleep, stun. Any effect requires a fortune save unless it also works on objects. Not subject to non-lethal ability damage, ability drain, fatigue, exhaustion, or energy drain. Cost enormous and death from acid damage.
Because
I swear they were. I swear they were immune to crits. Which
No,
precision
that was
damage
a
are a part
3-5
of.
thing.
Huh?
Isn't that an elemental thing? Not a
Yeah,
construct?
because rogue. If you go to the rogue class, it just has precision damage and crits. There's a whole section on how it does shit, and the constructs aren't listed as
Also,
something that's immune.
Now that we cut the campaign early, how am I supposed to change my god to John, Lord of Thorn?
It came to you in a dream, like all good factoids. And like I was trying to expound before I was so rudely interrupted by someone trying to throw the vote, fortify the election.
It was a mail-in vote, all right.
Yes.
Hey, I'm registered.
It was a 4 a.m. ballot drop. Yeah, I understand.
Well, it is 5 a.m. here. So,
Yeah,
yes,
it's 5
yes, it was.
Okay, as I was trying to say, the great and abused GM power, rocks fall, everyone dies. The end.
Now, do the rock crack John's box?
Unfortunately not, because it's only in the tunnel that you were part of. The rest of the facility is fine.
Rocks
It's,
fall. Somebody, the guy that made the box shows up and says, you don't need to be here. Can't banishes you back to wherever you came from.
You know, it just occurs to me that it's a good thing we didn't help John, because the All Wizards campaign would have a problem with us doing that.
John's just the tower guy.
John is one of the, if you remember, what are they called? The Cabal.
Eternal Cabal.
Yeah, the Eternal Cabal. John was one of the Eternal Cabal that we were trying to track down in the All Mages party.
But before you reveal any more things about a campaign that's still in continuity, YouTube going to do a good old Crowder fuck off.